The most important thing is before you can even fly the squad, we have to do what we call the satellite calibration, or the compass calibration is probably more correct. That's this little gizmo up the top here. In Cape Town, this little arrow that you can see pointing over here is set to -22, -24 magnetic declination. Magnetic-declination.com, and it says that the St. Helena Islands is at about -17. So I've preset it to -17 by the time that I've shipped it to you. What you have to do is, you don't have to worry about that part, but there's a part in this thing that's called the calibration mode, and that's before you fly. We need to basically calibrate the GPS and the satellite to your position in the world. So the way we're going to do that is again with this button over here. What you will do is you must make sure that this is a day where you get full satellite coverage before you do this. In other words, at the moment, as you can see, it's flashing yellow with the odd red. I wouldn't do it when it's doing that. I would say when we put it into GPS to test it, there must be no flashing of any red of any kind. It's doing it now, but today doesn't seem to be the greatest day for full satellite coverage. On a day when this thing's only flashing green like it is now, I would say do the calibration before you try and fly this thing. Because if you don't, your GPS return to home is not going to work properly. Okay, how do we do that? This button must go down to, let's call it position number 1. And you must click it all the way up and all the way down 11 times. And after that, you'll see this thing will then stay in the yellow mode. So let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we are. Back down. Now it's a solid yellow line. In a moment, I'm going to show you what we call the GPS dance that you have to do. Okay, you can see we've got the yellow solid line. I've just put the remote over there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to do what's called the GPS dance. Now don't laugh at me, but this is what you're going to have to do. Okay, pick it up like this. And hold it in front of you. And slowly do a 360-degree turn until the yellow light either goes off and turns green. Okay, so we're doing a 360 slowly. You see the light's gone green. You now turn it in that position and you do that little 360 again. The light's gone off. Okay, the light is off. Put your quad down, your hexa down, and unplug the hexa for about 10 seconds. Okay, once you've waited a bit, plug your hexa in again. And you'll notice that the quick flashing yellow light isn't there, and that's normally because you've plugged the hexa in very quickly after the last time you had it on the same day or the same moment. The moment it's still flashing and you still give it about a minute, when it stops flashing or only flashes yellow, then we'll go to the next step. Okay, now we've got a green light flashing there. It means it's ready to take off. Still flashing red because, as I said, today the satellites aren't the greatest. They come and they go. But once you fly up high enough, you tend to get a bit of a satellite coverage, and then it's easy to just go from attitude mode into GPS and see if it does anything. If you're ever in attitude mode and you click the GPS and the hexa starts doing a crazy move, just quickly flick back into attitude mode and it'll be fine. It'll level itself out immediately. So I'm going to put it now from the manual position into attitude. We don't seem to have any red lights at this moment. Flick it into GPS. It's green. And if we've calibrated that right, we should be fine. Again, still picking up a bit of a red, but let's try it nonetheless. I want to go high enough so that I can see it's got GPS, and how I'm seeing it's got GPS from this angle is that the little silver thing under the GPS is actually reflecting what the light is flashing. I don't seem to see any red flashes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it in GPS mode in a moment. It's a bit windy. Let's see if it does anything crazy. Yep. Here it is, standing pretty much fairly still. I'm happy with that. It's calibrated again. So out of GPS mode and back down to earth. It's in the middle of the screen.
Okay.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick into GPS mode. I'm high enough and I feel that I'm getting satellite coverage by looking at the light that's bouncing off the little silver disc below the GPS. It's a bit windy at the moment, so I'm going to flick into GPS now. Okay, it's holding the self, which means it was calibrated properly. If it made some kind of crazy left-right move or did some weird thing in the sky, I would quickly flick out of GPS and into attitude mode. Back into attitude mode, I'm happy with that, I'm coming to land. Stop recording.